the real estate is get rich for sure if you stay long enough in the game. And I rely fully on my real estate portfolio. So that was my idea of first, syndication. And now I'm digging into that market of syndication operators and the first problem we're facing. So we said, listen, we cannot find a good operator. So who is good, who is bad? You can't open the database of like a Crunchbase and look at the company and then their revenue and then the employees, right? There's nothing like that. There's no centralized thing when you can find different operators. Okay, we said, let's do that. Let's just build a very extensive database of 500 operators. I think we were able to build like 380. We found 380 different operators and we started really like approach them and talk to them, go to the conference, find out what the people do. So what are the asset classes? What are the states, right? What are the risks, right? And with one idea, because we want to open the fund as the business model for the next stage. And we said, you know what? Let's take a first time. Let's deploy our capital first and let's see how they work. And let's start to analyze and really learn the business model of the syndication. That's exactly what I did. So when the first in 2020, I think, we got into the first syndication as an idea, we would start to really analyze the partners because some partners did really well. Some partners communicated well. Some partners are smaller or the bigger. That was another question. So do you want to invest in a big time syndicator, right? Who has no idea what's your name because you're one of like 1,000 or a couple thousand people, right? Or you want to go a little bit closer to the process and really understand and learn the things. And we had both experiences, right? And we start to really understand where we want to be if we start to actually allocate somebody else's money, right? First of all, let us, lose our own money or win our own money, right? Before we actually have an internal, like ask or internal, like I would say, how do you say that? Because
Before you're actually leading a syndication, right?
yeah, because for me, like internally, if you haven't done that, why would you just ask people to join you? Like, why would you do that? It's so weird. We said, let us do that first. Let's get all of that experience, bad and good ones, all of it. And then we're going to lead it to other people.
Yep. Fantastic. So have you done that yet? So you did one syndication, two syndications?
Yeah, we did 22 syndications so far. And the bad thing, we lost the money on some of them. Probably we will lose the money, I would say, right? Because again, so they just keep saying it's going to be might be fine. And we got certain things, which is hope note. I don't want to go deeper into that, but there's a lot of different things could go wrong. We understand that right now because it was a big hope. And again, 2020, 2021, everybody like going into syndication, buying apartment complexes. And it was a little bit weird time because everybody was doing the same thing. And I'm always very suspicious what everybody's talking about. Everybody's doing that. That's probably the good time to sell, right? And that's a good narrative to be on the opposites.
Yeah, when there's blood in the street, that's when you buy versus the other way around. Yeah.
Like you said, 2022, when everybody, oh, we're not doing anything. Why? Because we can't find a deal or it's not lucrative or it doesn't work and stuff like that. Maybe it's a good time to actually buy and go the opposite to the mainstream people, right? And again, so we've done a lot of different things. We've done a lot of different assets. So we've done not a lot, with 22, right, to be quite precise. But then we did storage, we did multifamily, we did larger units, smaller units, a larger syndication, smaller syndication. And because of all of that experience, we were able to really navigate and we never lost the money to investors. We lost our own money and that was a great thing to do. Why? Because we learned so much and we know how to talk to these guys. We know how to vet them. So we know a lot of different companies because we just simply work with them, right? We're already on investing side with them. We know how they communicate. And basically what we do in a Vista Fund, we just bring the best. So we just extract all of that knowledge, right? Use all of that experience, good or bad, and then we give the people the best operators in class.
Got it. So in your fund, can anybody invest in your fund?
So it's only for accredited investors. So you got to have accreditation. We cannot work with everybody, but yeah.
Well, and what's the minimum investment and what do you typically buy in your fund? Is it smaller, larger, or is this a combination of different real estate asset classes?
Great question. So we are $100,000 minimum. The niche we found, it's going to be existing building, 100+ units with a very established operator. Different markets. We really like the Midwest right now. And, we're not fancy, right? Not everybody talking about them. Again, like Kansas, like who would think that Kansas will be a good market?
Yeah, we do a lot in Kansas. So yeah, but I like the Midwest too. You don't have to deal with super major hurricanes, floods, or anything like that. I guess there's tornadoes everywhere now due to global warming, but overall the Midwestern states seem to be a little bit less risky. than the Sun Belt states.
Yeah, less sexy, and then it's not gonna double your money, right, in, 2 years, but it's gonna be stable, and you can count on a population growth and very stable employment, right, and people will be paying rent. At the end of the day, there's a couple things I really like, so I heard it a couple times, I think. So the real estate is get rich for sure. If you stay long enough in the game, it's for sure. Like, there's no if or there's no, like, why, so it's for sure, but you need to stay in the game because a lot of people will try it, will get burned, and they just quit, right? And they say, oh, it doesn't work. I mean, maybe, but if you stay long enough, right, and if you're going to be focused, and it's a long game as well. So, which is sad for a lot of people saying, I would rather open my business and I can make a 200, 300% on my investment. Yes, you can, but, certain default rate of those things as well. And if you just compare apple to apple, right, you more likely be like bankrupt than you just more likely. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's possible. You got to work through that. So you got to take all the possible risk of living on the beach, right, for a couple of years when you get bankrupt and you come back again. So, but if you got the business, right, and you want to diversify and you're thinking through the future, not yourself, but also your family and your kid, I would bet on real estate every day, right? Because again, it gives you the peace of saying, you know what, if something did work and my business is not doing on the COVID-19 really well, and that's exactly what happened to me. So, and I rely fully on my real estate portfolio. I was like, okay, you can sell asset, you can use cash flow, you can refi, you can do millions of different things to support your family during the bad times if you were doing real estate on the sideline as well, right? But if you just a business and one thing and that one didn't work out, so that's going to be a challenging time for you to.
Yeah, so key, diversify, know when you have to pivot, keep your eyes open for other investment opportunities, right? Usually when multifamily is up, maybe self-storage is not, or mobile home parks or different funds and stuff that you can get involved with. So yeah, so pivot, diversify, and kind of stick with it because I think you taught the users or the listeners and the viewers a lesson, right? There's going to be ups and downs, right? It's what you do with that and how you pivot is what's going to make you a success or not. So Igor, tell us a little bit about how people can find you if they want to learn more about your fund or have just a one-on-one conversation with you.
Absolutely. So you can go to a website, right, which is going to be at vistafund.com. You can download the book, which is winrealestategame.com. Again, it's a winrealestategame.com. I played sports. I love sports every single day still. My kids are actually still playing sports. And for the last thing, you can shoot me email. It's going to be igor@vistafund.com. And we do have a private credit fund right now. If you guys are interested, let me know.
Great. And one more thing. Tell me what the word Vista means. Because I know you and I talked about this before, but I think it's important for the viewers and listeners to understand.
Yeah, I talked, Jacqueline. So the Vista means, again, if you look at the word Vista, right, it's open view, an unobstructed view. And this is how I'm trying to live every single day. So we got the positive abundance energy, right? And we're not seeing that open view, like I would say abundant open view, it's just endless. So you can look forward. This is what Vista means. So there's endless opportunities for the wealth, right? You can build internally, right, with an Vista fund. You name it, right? The limit is your mind, right? And this is exactly what the word is. So that Vista is, it's open and something bright and nice and shiny. So
fantastic. So you all heard it from Igor himself about his journey, and hopefully you learned a little bit something from his ups and downs and about the amazing fun that he has. So until now, I want to say thank you everybody for listening and reach out if you have any questions. Have a good one.
I did $600 million on mortgages by myself over 20 years, and I've got a lot of advice on starting as a passive or networking as a passive.
Jacqueline and Melvin, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to this episode of Get Diversified. Please make sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss out on future episodes. Finally, stop by our website and follow us on social media. Ciao for now. Make it a great day, and we'll see you next time. And remember, get diversified.